Back to the Action Rabbit, Jackrabbit class WordPress plugin introductory series where we're going over shortcodes and how to implement shortcodes on WordPress websites. In order to get to our shortcode configuration tool, navigate in the WordPress dashboard to the left-hand vertical navigation beneath Jackrabbit class. Toward the bottom you'll see a menu option called shortcode. Go ahead and click that. And once you're on this screen, as we've done in the past few screencasts, we're going to go to not class filter, not standalone class calendar, but over here to number 3, standalone class table. Go ahead and click standalone class table. And then we are going to scroll down, take a look at what we got here. We have our core shortcode for the standalone class table. We don't really need to get into that syntax, but it's here if you're interested. What we're going to be focusing on more is the automated shortcode builder, which is going to manipulate this shortcode that you see here that I've highlighted. And at the end of the day, we're really just going to copy the code that we see here when it jives with the way we want our class table to look. So in order to set up our class table, this is going to look very similar to what we set up in display preferences, a series of screencasts back. But let's start by selecting a location. For the screencast, we will select Aliso. And this is what our general class table looked like when we set it up previously. We're going to change this a little bit, and then let's select a category. And for this example, let's use Junior Guard Prep. Now this could be any category, it doesn't need to be Junior Guard Prep. Let's say you wanted, I don't know, level 2 tadpole, it could be level 2 tadpole. We can see that not all this is configured. I think in the interest of giving you a good example, Junior Guard Prep is a short-term class that has a definitive start date and end date that spans a short period of time. This looks like it's maybe a 10-day class that meets 2 weeks, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we're going to use this for our example. We'll notice here that category 2 map that was set up in our display preferences doesn't actually have anything configured here, so we're going to override this. We'll say category 1 map. And now this says Junior Guard Prep, which is, I guess, better for the users in this particular use case scenario. And we have the options to show the location, not show the location, again show the ages, not show. You can toggle this on and off, and this shouldn't be anything new if you've been following along with our screencast series. This is the same stuff that was in display preferences. Alright, but let's change the look of this class table. So let's say the table header is going to be red. That's fine. And let's say our odd tables will be red our odd rows will be red as well. And let's make the text white. And then let's make our even tables, let's make these white with black text. And for our register button, let's make this actually let's make this black. And let's make our text white. In there, that looks good for this example. Let's change what our button says to Junior Guard registration. Alright, and that looks good for this example. And let's go up here and let's copy this shortcode. And let's go to this block up at the top. Let's paste this shortcode in here. Let's click update, And let's fire this up here. And this is what our shortcode looks like when it's rendered to the page. And this looks pretty similar to this. So that should be good. And again, you can turn the different columns on and off. If you want to turn the different columns on and off, you can show the spaces, etc. Whatever you would like to do that matches your particular use case scenario, you're able to configure that here in the third tab, the standalone class table. If you want an exhausted list of the different attributes, those are everything in pink here, you can toggle this view shortcode attributes button on and off. It'll show you these and how this works and how this is all set up. So you could theoretically build this yourself if you wanted to, and if it didn't detect a certain value in here, not a problem. It'll take it from your display preferences, so you really don't have anything to worry about in regards to that. And that is all for this screencast on configuring your standalone class table. In the next screencast, we're going to talk about class recommendation wizard.